I'm like, I'm not doing that. Why you want to make me look crazy? Like, he was like, this is why I don't want to do nothing with you. And I just be like, whatever. And then he knows just like to leave me alone. He's like, I'm not doing nothing with you, because he felt like I didn't want to take his lead. And he's very much a leader, so he wants to lead. But I just be like, I'm not getting into your little ghetto shenanigans. No. But he's Cam. You know, he's funny. He lets me be me. I've always let him be him. And it was no problem. I never challenged who he was. And he never challenged who I was. He'd be like, that's just Callie, you know? So we understand each other. We know each other really well. At the time, I was angry because he made me these promises. And when it came down to me closing my business, I said, the landlord wants to make me an offer. I have 24 hours to make this decision. Should I take this offer? And he was like, I told you not to open that business. And I was like, that's not what I asked you. He was like I said, I told you. I was like, you know what? Are you putting me on payroll or not? Because Kim knows my work ethic. I don't got a problem with getting the job done. But when his homeboys come and they work and they stay, it's not a problem. And I was like, why do you treat me like this? And I get upset because some of his homeboys, they just play too much. And they mad aggravating. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, ugh. Mm-hmm. And they always been like that, some of them towards me.
Do you feel like some of it is disrespectful? Is that why it's a turn
It's immaturity.
Okay.
It's ignorance.
Okay.
And it's underdevelopment, if you ask me, which can borderline become disrespect. I just try to avoid it most of the time. But I didn't like when PT was like on the show. He's like, so, it was a time you was coming around and you was feeling mad entitled. And I was like, to who? Your nigga or mine? Stop playing with me.
Do you feel like any time that you've interacted with his friends, looking back, do you think that you were entitled to something?
No.
Everything?
Like, they may not have been aware of the dynamic that changed.
Okay.
Cam is not hella vocal. Like, he's going to talk like a guy. Yeah, like that macho talk. Mm-hmm. But it's like when me and him are alone, he's the sweetest, very loving, very funny. We just laugh and watch movies. It's always just very chill. Like, so being with him is just like second nature.
There's no entitlement on your end. You feel like everything that you've asked him for was a fair request.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like, I never get to ask him for anything. Mm-hmm. But I definitely didn't like when he'd be like, Adrian Broner asked me for $400 because he lost his money to get home. I'm like, nigga, what? Us? Like, I can't call you asking for something simple and you telling me you flew this
gentleman out
home.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Home.
Especially all the weird shit going on the internet. I'm disgusted. I don't want to see a Ray J, a Adrian Broner, and who's the other little twerp that he be with?
I think they're all cute.
I think it's disgusting.
Funny. They're so funny.
That's
to
not
me.
funny. It's mad.
I'm always reposting.
It's mad zesty.
Their shenanigans.
I don't want to see no man like that. I don't want to see no man. I don't even want you to play gay.
I find it hilarious. I love it. It's entertaining.
To who? The hags? Stop playing with me.
Let's talk about if Cameron was sitting here, like right here, right now, what would you want him to hear? What would you want to say to him?
Cam really, really angered me. I don't like how he handled me as far as like taking me on the show, coming on the show, and then him saying to close my business. I ended up taking the offer. I'm in nursing school. I'm in an intense level 10 hard school. This is hard. It's 40, 50 assignments a week. It requires my full attention. I barely got time to wash my clothes and feed myself. Like, I don't have time to unpack a whole venue, move everything into storage, packed up my apartment to move across country, ready to leave. I had somebody trying to finesse me out of my apartment. You're telling me to move across country. You're telling me, let's get back together. And I'm just watching you. And I'm like, before I consider all of this, how are you really moving? Because I know unserious Cam, but I'm seeing this Cam show up kind of different. So I'm not the type of person to ask many questions. I don't need to. I never did. You know how a person is showing up. Your actions speak louder than your words. And at the time, I was getting angry. And I said, I wish Hud and Trell was still alive because I feel like you would have treated me better. Like I said, I don't like all his friends, right? They play too much. And I had a great relationship with Hud. If it wasn't for Trell, I wouldn't even know Cam liked me. Living in New York City by myself, Hud was the only person when I was outside. Callie, you good? Yo, where you going? You got there? You straight? All right, good. Him and Twan, two people always made sure I was straight. Ain't nobody bothering you, right? Nope. That was the only time in New York City I felt protected. Cam's not in the streets. He's a celebrity. He's home in his, house, and he's only popping out for shows, hostings. So it's not the same. At the same time, Cam got offended. He took it personal, but a lot of people who felt like, oh, I should apologize. I had no desire to apologize because I don't need to apologize for something you chose to take out of context. But I do apologize if it hurts you, to hear me bring up your friend that's no longer here. I understand that. That's never my intention. At the same time, it was me letting you know, look how long I've been here. Look how long have we known each other. Why are you treating me this way? I seen you treat strangers better than me. I've given you access to my body. I care about you. Well, I couldn't understand it.
I think that it all starts with sorry. I think that that's a good start. Everyone has to compromise.
I feel like on the show, that's what Sin was trying to accomplish. But at the same time, I was angry because I lost my only source of income. I got rid of my car. I had to get a certification in school in order to survive. I trusted you and you put me through extreme stress. I'm in therapy. Like, I've been through a lot of trauma. The streets was not easy. And because I always held my own, Cam made it seem like I never require shit. And then wonder why I didn't grant access. It was a time where I was really, really into Cam. And I ended up leaving him because what he was doing publicly wasn't aligning with what he was doing with me privately.
Well, that goes to my next question. Has another woman ever interfered with your connection?
Cam had one public relationship, and he told me for years that he was never really with her. And I was like, who the fuck is going to believe that? Every time he brought it up to me, I just ignored him. I was like, bro, whatever. Like, you ain't got a lot of me. I'm your friend. I see what the world sees. But this was like 2013 to 2014. And after a couple of skits he claimed he was just doing, I told him I'm not okay with this. And I fell back. I got in a new relationship. Cam was always my friend. He was my only friend. He was my longest standing friend in New York. I hung out with this guy every day, damn near. So it wasn't such a lie because I was like, why I never seen this girl before? I'm always here.
Oh, so you never saw her while you were hanging out with him?
No. And if it wasn't more than just a friend, why wasn't I introduced?
So you think it was just a public relationship?
I think Cam was just being Cam.
A celebrity.
And having more than one woman, maybe at the time. I don't know. Guys lie. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it wasn't my concern. I wasn't comfortable with it. I walked away. When it pissed me off is when I found out how jealous he was when I got a boyfriend. My boyfriend treated me so good. He couldn't stomach it. He hated it. And I was like, why are you so jealous? Like, you have your whole boo. You should be happy. Like, you're my friend. Because I cared about him, I maintained the friendship. But it wasn't a good idea. I was still young. I was still learning. It wasn't a good idea to be still friends with somebody that I used to date and still have a relationship. I knew that I wouldn't cheat on my boyfriend with anybody. No matter what situation I had, I knew what kind of woman I am and what kind of integrity I have. Mm-hmm. I knew I wasn't going to do anything, but it doesn't mean that he was comfortable with it. Yeah, and I didn't consider that.
Yeah, your partner, could be like, why does she still want to remain friends with her ex?
Mm-hmm. He was everything. And he really poured into my music career, helped develop me as an artist.
Oh, yeah, because I remember meeting him.
Mm-hmm. He was amazing. He's an amazing guy. And things ended really badly between us. Come to find out, it was because of Cam. And I remember back in like 2018, he mentioned something about, he's talking about you on the internet. I was like, why is he talking about me on the internet? Like, that's just my homeboy. Like, come to find out, he's on the internet talking to Fendi, saying, one of my bitches or whatever want me to, always talking about how I don't give her no money. And I was like, he said, but she got money. Because I did have money. But I also like when my man adores me, when he cherishes me, he'd be like, look, go get your hair done. Go treat yourself. Go to the spa. Like, go get yourself some new shoes. Like, I like that,
Of course.
He likes me. I'm a representation of him. He wants me to look good.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, damn, why you don't do none of that?
Yeah.
Like, you think I'm just, a lot of guys sit there and say, oh, she's entitled. When guys be entitled to intimacy, your body, and then they try to lower your value and say, well, it's an even exchange. No, it isn't. Can you get pregnant? Was it an even exchange when I had to go get that abortion? Nah, it's not an even exchange. Like I said, and after that for years, it was just like my man at the time really set the tone for how I wanted to be treated. And over the years, Cam always asked me to be his girl.
Really?
Yeah, like all the time. Every year.
He says he's single.
Or he would say things like, I'm going to marry you.
He says he's single right now.
And
if he were to ask you to be his girl right now, would you?
Hell no.
What would have to be different?
I don't got time to be nobody's girl. I'm a wife. Stop playing with me. You don't get to know me for 87 years and say, hey, I'm almost dead. You want to get together? the fuck out of here.
So if he was to ask you to marry him,
Kim is not ready for marriage. Kim has a lot of work to do. He still thinks that he can cheat. Like that's not a marriage.
that's not a union.
That's a situationship.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, I don't invite them kind of demons, spirits, people into my bedroom.
That's right.
My bedroom is sacred, okay? And I can assure you, my man is not having a problem with me in the bedroom. He's just not. If you ain't happy here, I don't know where you're going to be happy at. You're just going to be unhappy.